Hi guys, and welcome to Tasha Tuesday. So guess what? I have the internet back, which is amazing. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party because I love Disney, I love Halloween, and it combines the two things that I love. So Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, as I mentioned, is Disney's version of a Halloween party. It's not very scary, it's very family friendly, so everyone can go, and it's all around a great time. The Halloween party goes from 7 p.m. until 12 a.m. but you can go in from 4 o'clock if you have a ticket. You can go in dressed in any character you like that you love. Professional cosplayers go, so you can go all out with the costume. You just have to wait until 4 o'clock to go in with your costume, and then they'll give you a wristband. If you don't have a wristband, you'll be escorted out of the park at 7 for the party. So there are 4 themed rides, which are Haunted Mansion, Space Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Teacups. So the Haunted Mansion has like ghosts and everything on the outside of the line with fog and lights and everything, and it's really great, and they like interact with you and talk to you. It's a lot of fun. Pirates of the Caribbean, they have actual pirates in the line waiting for you, and they also are trying to find, I forget the name, but they're trying to find this pirate and everything. So as you go on the ride, you have to look for this pirate and everything as you go in. It's a lot of fun. Next is the Teacups. This one is changed. The lighting and the songs are different. So the lighting is much more like intense and like colorful, and the music is rock music instead of the usual Alice in Wonderland music. The fourth one is Space Mountain, which changes to Deep Space Mountain. So instead of having all the stars around, it's complete darkness. It's amazing. Like I wish the roller coaster was like that all the time because it is so good. It's so amazing when it's in the complete darkness. Parades and shows. There is the Boo to You parade, the Happy Hallowishes, and the Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular. So the parade is on twice a night, the Happy Hallowishes is on once, and the Hocus Pocus show I believe is on 4 times a night, depending on like how the weather goes. So the Boo to You parade is on, this year is on at 9:15 and at 11:15. Happy Hallowishes is on at 10:15, and then Hocus Pocus shows are like, there is set times that they're usually just scattered between those other 3 things. So the Boo to You parade is their Halloween parade. It has Mickey, Minnie, and all of the wonderful characters dressed in their Halloween costumes, which I love. It's got an amazing soundtrack. I've heard it so many times, it's in my head. Boo to you and 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 you. Happy Halloween. That's essentially how it goes. I love it. It's amazing. They also have the Grave Diggers, which are like Disney's famous, like, this is what you have to see in your Halloween night because they're amazing. They also have the Hitchhiking Ghosts in the parade, and like a lot of other cool things. They also have Oogie Boogie Owl and like rare villains in the parade that do like this really cool like dance number, so I highly recommend seeing that. And then they have the Happy Hallowishes. So before Happily Ever After, which is on now, there used to be the fireworks show Wishes, and then this is the Halloween version of Wishes, which is Happy Hallowishes, which is amazing. It's got all like the castle lights up differently, and it has some projections on, and the music is villain music, which is amazing. I love, okay, in my order of like fireworks shows, Happily Ever After, Happy Hallowishes, and then Wishes. Then we come to my favorite show of all time that I've seen at Disney so far, which is the Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular show. It's amazing. You have to see it. Just watch it. It's so good. It has villains and songs and villains and songs and songs and villains, and it's just amazing. Amazing. Next section is the characters. So out and about, there are rare characters that you can meet, such as villains or ones that are only out during Halloween. So I have met Lotso, Jafar, and Jack and Sally. The lines for these are usually longish. So I waited for Lotso for an hour, I waited for Jack and Sally for 3 hours, and I waited for Jafar actually only like 20 minutes because like no one knew he was out. But so Lotso and Jafar and like some of the other red characters do only come out at 7. Jack and Sally come out at 5 o'clock because it's a long line. But in order to meet Jack and Sally, even though they come out before the party starts, you still have to have a wristband. They won't let you in line for them unless you have a wristband. My wait for them was so long because we had lightning in the area and everything, so unfortunately Jack and Sally had to go back undercover so they wouldn't or get struck by lightning and stuff. But as soon as it was done, they came back out, which is very cool. It was a great interaction. So the trick-or-treat trails are like scattered around everywhere in the park. I got this entire bag full of candy in one night, and I went 3 times, which tells you how much candy I actually got from these parties. My recommendation for this is to go later on in the night, because at the end they have a certain amount of candy they can give out each night, and at the end of the night they just like pile. They're like, yeah, have it, it's fun. That's why I got so much candy. And then they also have exclusive like food to eat during the party. So this year they had like a Madame Leota tart, a Doom Buggy puff pastry, like pumpkin cheesecake, stuff like that. I've tried most of the food. It's pretty good. My favorite that I had was probably the Madame Leota tart or the Monster burger, which was delicious. So because this year is the 25th anniversary of Hocus Pocus, they had a lot of Hocus Pocus merch. So I bought this purple shirt which says Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular, and also 25 years of Hocus Pocus. I love it because it's purple and I love Hocus Pocus. I also bought this Hocus Pocus Spirit jersey which says 25 years and Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular, and on the back it says amok, amok, amok. I also bought these 2 Halloween pins which you can only buy during the party. This is this year's Halloween party pin, and then I bought the Stitch one for my sister because she loves Stitch. So now I would tell you how I would do Mickey's Not So Scary if I only had one night to do it. So I would go in at 4 o'clock, and then I would do any of the rides that you want to do that like don't have any special things to them. And if you want to try some of the food, I would also try some of the food that's not exclusive to the Halloween party now. So this year they've got like ice cream and a milkshake that you can try and not have to be at the Halloween party, so I would try those. If you want to meet Jack and Sally, I would get in line at like 4 or 4:30, like between that time. So then you can pretty much be out of that meet and greet by the time the party starts at 7. If you don't want to meet Jack and Sally, I would then find another character to get in line for at like 6:30. So I got in line for Lotso at 6:30 and I was out by 7:30. So I would do that. I would then recommend going around and maybe getting any of the treats that you wanted then, just in case they sell out or anything. I don't think they will. But it's like I've had some nights where they've sold out of some of the foods. At 9:15 when the first parade is on, I would actually do the exclusive rides. I would do the Haunted Mansion first. I would do Space Mountain and Teacups and Pirates. Not necessarily in that order, but I would do those rides while the 9:15 parade is on. And when all those rides are done, I would go get a spot for the Happy Hallowishes, Villain Spelltacular, and the second parade. So all of those are with, so the Happy Hallowishes at 10:15, then the Hocus Pocus show I want to say is at 10:45, and then the second parade is at 11:15. So you can watch all 3 of those in one sitting, and then at 11:30 I would go do treat trails. The best treat trail that I found was the Country Bear Jamboree, or the one in PhilharMagic, because it had one at the beginning and one at the end. There was 2. So because it is a long night, and if you are going with young children and you need just like a rest, you can go into PhilharMagic, and it's kind of like a quiet-ish zone. They have Sleepy Hollow and a couple of the old Halloween Mickey cartoons just playing on repeat. So I sat in there for a good like half an hour one night just to like rest my feet and relax, because it's a long night. You know, you're there from like 4 till 12 and you're constantly doing things, so it's really nice just to have that like break. If you want to buy any of the exclusive pins, you will need to go to the Frontier trading post. They'll have the individual ones. Otherwise you can buy like the pack of all 5 exclusive ones at the Emporium at the end of the night. And because the party closes at 12, the Emporium doesn't close until 1, so you can get all of your t-shirts or any of your merchandise then, so you don't have to carry it around all night, and it's like the last thing you do. So that is how I would do my night if you only had one. You can skip any of the things as well. If you're not into parades, don't do the parades. If you're not into fireworks, don't do the fireworks. If you're not that into candy, do other things. If you're solely there for the candy, bring a big bag of candy, because they are hecka generous. with their candy. Like, they don't mess around. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you are going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and if you have or are, what you are most looking forward to. I would love to know. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all next week. Bye!